Hello everybody, this is Blade Cross EXE, and welcome back to Fate Grand Order's Fate Accel Zero Order event. Alright, we unlocked Act 13, Battle Royale, fighting Berserkers. Oh dear, this picks up exactly where we left off, that we might be having to fight Lancelot. Switch out some craft distances here right quick. There we go. Gonna move Gilles around and put Lancelot in his slot, and here we go. Damn you, what a farce. We did it? We killed Gilgamesh? We did it! The King of Heroes, the greatest threat to the Fourth Holy Grail War, is defeated. Did you see that? I showed Tsukiyomi. Huh? Berserker's master is... This is bad. The vital signs I'm seeing here show he's dying. Damn it. We made him use too much magical energy. Hey, if you're going to pass out, at least bind Berserker. With a command spell. Come on, Karya, hang in there. Woo! It's okay, he's just unconscious. He's still breathing. No. When this Berserker loses control, it'll go after Saber. Arthur! What? Why is it attacking me? We've got no choice. Gabriel, let's give up on Berserker. We'll take him out here. But isn't he on our side? We can't put Saber in danger here. With Archer out of the picture now, we're past the stage where we need Berserker's help anyway. This won't be a pleasant fight, but I guess I've got no choice against this mad warrior. Lancer, your noble phantasms will give you an advantage against him. Stop whining and help. What's going on here? Iskandar's not even saying anything. He's just chilling there. All right. Shouldn't be too terribly troublesome. Ow. Alright, here we go. And here's the finisher. Well, he's dead. Or not quite. Alright. Cleared Act 13, Battle Royale. Pierce him! Gage Yarg! Wow, my voice really squeaked on that one. Now, Gabriel, finish him! Hold it! Oh? Ryer defended Berserker? Hey, what are you doing? Yes, I thought about it and I've decided. I'm joining forces with the Mad Warrior. What? Where's this coming from? What's the point of siding with him? Well, there isn't one, probably. Then why? Just ignore him. I'm not choosing who to side with. I'm choosing who to fight. The King of Heroes was my main target, and he's gone. So I decided to fight. So I was deciding who to fight next. Then you want to fight Saber next? Nope. That gloomy-looking strategist with the furrowed brow. He's my enemy. Oh no! Oh man, you see, Waver, this is what happens when you mess with the timeline. What? Why fight me? You don't stand to gain anything. No, not really. I've done everything I possibly could to avoid a conflict with you. So why? I just don't like you for some reason. That's all. Oh! Oh, soul crushing. Oh, look at that face! Oh, like, I'm screenshotting that. Like, look at that. No, dang it, I missed it. Dang it, foe. Why? Why do you always stop making sense whenever something important happens? What doesn't make sense here is that strategist. He doesn't make any sense at all. He's some kind of strange servant, neither human nor heroic spirit, and his predictions are so accurate, it's scary. He clearly exists outside the rules of this battle, and yet he's obviously trying to intervene. The one thing I can say for sure is that he's here to interfere with the Holy Grail War. I don't know what he's after, but I'm one of the servants summoned for the battle. Someone who's trying to destroy the battle itself is a far greater threat than a mere enemy, right? Saber, Lancer, if you want to work with him, you're also my enemies. And thus, I'll side with Berserker. Very simple, right? What will you do, Master? If you order me to defeat him before Berserker, I'll do it. Can we win this? We're going up against the Ionian Hetairoi. No, don't do it. Have you forgotten what we're here for? We're allowed to only defeat 4 servants. We've already defeated Caster and Archer, as well as most of the assassins. If we make an enemy out of both of them, then that makes more than 4. Well, Berserker's very weak and his master is barely alive. Personally, I'd like to take them and retreat. What will you do? Will you follow? Leave. There's nothing we can do. Excellent. Enemies who are smart, but nothing else, are easy to handle. Once Berserker is revived, we'll settle things then. Farewell. Oh man, that must have just crushed Sir Elmaloy's heart. I mean, really? Because the entire reason why he became this great strategist was to make Iskandar proud, and now... like that. Dang. Alright, oh, okay. Act 14 unlocked. There we go. Right, the Shadow Chasing Iris Field is an assassin. I think we're gonna have to do it with Assassin Emiya this time. Sorry about my voice squeaking earlier. Like, that happens at the worst times possible. Alright. Get some casters in here. Alright, I think that should be good for it. The Shadow Chasing Iris Field. Things didn't go as planned, did they? The writer. I knew he had such a crazy attitude, but who knew it'd be this bad? We're enemies just because? What was he on about? He just pisses me off. I guess Lord Elmaloy is getting emotional when dealing with Ryder. I'm calm. It's just a natural reaction due to the stress. Lord Elmaloy's chill, okay? Yes. Hold on a second. I'm getting a magical energy signature approaching you. The strength indicates that it's a servant. It's different from any remaining assassin fragments, and also different from Rider and Berserker who retreated earlier. That means the figures don't add up, right? Yeah. There are only 7 heroic spirits that the Fuyuki Holy Grail can call forth, meaning that it's an irregular just like us. It's him. You mean he's going after Irisville again? I look away for 1 second and you got even more friends, huh? You guys are such a pain. Now that you've been caught twice by my 8 Gates Golden Locks formation, you realize it's pointless to hide your presence. But how condescending of you to just walk straight up to us. Well, I'll never get anywhere just waiting for my chance. The Holy Grail War is nearing its end, and before its conclusion, I must have the homunculus destroyed. So you're after the vessel of the Holy Grail after all. It seems like our goals are similar, but our methodology is different. The vessel of the Holy Grail? Yes, she's pretending to be Saber's master, but she is serving with a different purpose. She collects the souls of fallen heroic spirits, a lesser grail, the key that opens the greater grail. Like giving an autonomous personality to ceremonial equipment. You're quite knowledgeable, but I don't really like you saying I'm pretending to be a master. Am I not a proper master? Is that what you want to say? Well, you don't have command spells, for one. There's no reason to hide anything this late in the game, homunculus. Irisville is being used as bait. I know the true master is hiding in the shadows. What do you mean? Irisville is my master, totally and completely. I'm not contracted to anyone else. What? Will you see this and still doubt? Command spells? Then you really did contract with Saber. Oh, okay. So Kiritsugu is gone. Okay. Lord Elmaloy, this is no time to be surprised. The enemy servant is coming at us. Okay, now things are getting interesting. Okay. Alright, I don't know what that means. I guess we'll find out here in a little bit. Music is all quiet and hushed. Wait a minute. I know this song. Dude, that's the actual song from Fate Zero. Oh yes, that makes me so happy. Waver just tanked all that and didn't even flinch. This guy taking a lot to beat down. My increased defense is worn off. That hurts. Didn't really do that much though. Alright, El Malloy, make him blow up. There we go. Shadow chasing Irisville, clear. Complete all missions. Alright. Giving me a hard time. Hold on. Fighting anymore isn't going to get us anywhere. There's nothing for either of us to gain. Either of us to gain? It's almost like you completely understand what's going on with me. You have nothing going on personally. You're a servant without a master. You're not fighting to benefit anyone at all. No master? What about the contract? How's he getting supplied with magical energy? Of course, a servant can only materialize in this world where there's a summoning and a contract. However, in this case, the contract wasn't made with a human. Isn't that right, envoy of the Counterforce? Counterforce? Then this heroic spirit is contracted with the world itself? Zawarudo! How did you come to that conclusion? We're not part of this temporal axis, and thus have a bird's eye view of the situation here. We know that at the end of the Holy Grail War here in Fuyuki will lead to the end of the world. What was that? What do you mean? I wasn't going to say anything until the end, but there's nothing for it. I'm coming clean. The ritual here at Fuyuki will succeed, unlike in the past and the future, and it will lead to the activation of the Greater Grail. The reason all of this was observed by Shiba was that this area had to be the cause of the singularity. I see. It wasn't just observed as an unstable dimension, but as an origin of the collapse that the world will become a singularity. You guys know that not only of the past, but also of the future? From a different temporal axis? That's correct. I witnessed the failure of the Fourth War, investigated the Fifth War, and prevented the Sixth from happening at all. That's who I am. And I've assumed the role of pinpointing what makes this battle different from the others I've known. And the answer to that is, you, Irisville. You are the vessel for the Holy Grail, and also a master that controls a servant. It was supposed to take another 10 years to complete, the Iceberg family's ultimate homunculus. 10 years? It's a small difference, but it's a definite advantage. I mean, for the Iceberg family to find a way to win not via makeshift guerrilla warfare, but an actual frontal assault. Having a master with the highest specs, commanding the strongest servant, and access to the Lesser Grail. Victory is certain for the Iceberg, and this victory is plenty of reason for the Counterforce to activate. The Holy Grail War you know of didn't have any interference with the Counterforces? That's right. It wasn't a factor during the Third War. Meanwhile, the chances of success were about 50-50 during the Fourth and Fifth Wars. At the very least, from the perspective of the world, there was no real emergency to get involved. During the Fourth War, the Iceberg's research results were behind by one whole generation. When they finally completed their research during the Fifth War, they made a mistake in their strategy. To be honest, I'm surprised to see that this time the Icebergs managed to call checkmate on everyone. So to sum things up, this singularity is basically the embodiment of the if situation where the Einsteins are the superior contestants in the war? Yes, and the Holy Grail reading that Chaldea picked up was most likely Irisfield's magical circuits themselves. Seeing as how perfect the results of the Einstein's research are this time, you could probably even call her a pseudo-Holy Grail. I'm not sure whether or not you're praising me or insulting me, but I'm going to need you to explain more. What do you mean the world will end if the Fugi Holy Grail War is completed? Yes, allow me to tell you everything. Agent of the Counterforce, you should follow along as well. I'll show you an even better way to accomplish the task that you've been given. A simpler and even more certain way than destroying the homunculus here? Well, I can't really say that it's entirely simpler, but let me ask you something instead, heroic spirit. Would you do anything because it's a simpler way? Do you wish to kill Irisfield here, no matter what happens?
Foe?
I do not know. I have not thought of that. I resign myself to thinking that there was no choice. I do not have the luxury of options. And now that you're telling me to choose, I'm faced with conflict within myself that's rather difficult to explain. If you're telling me that there's a different choice with this homunculus, then I think I would like to explore that as well. I wonder why. I've never experienced this feeling before. That's because you're still a human, you still have a human heart left in you. A foolish but noble soul from before you became part of the machine known as the Counterforce. El Malloy's already got it figured out, but this is getting kind of feelsy. Got a Saint's Quartz. Alright, so when's the next one unlock? Alright. Complete 50 missions. Okay, I just gotta complete 2 more missions and I can do Act 15. Alright, well, so yeah, we killed Gilgamesh, beat Lancelot down, made enemies with Iskandar, and saved Irisfield from Assassin Emmia. Things are starting to escalate very quickly, and the whole thing that is Irisfield actually being the master instead of just a supply of mana just blew my mind. Because that's not how it went down to Fate Zero in the slightest. I want to know where the real Kiritsugu is during all this. So, I guess we'll find out next time. This has been Blade Cross EXE, part of Flashing Blades Productions. Thank you all so much for watching, and tune in next time. Peace out.